other guys like that. So you may have goddamn, yeah, goddamn Jesus Christ. Dude, we have Jesus Christ in this movie,
bro. That'd be wild.
That'd be crazy. Is Jesus Christ in Marvel?
Look, see them hating ass niggas talking, tell them niggas stop it. Move back, baby, run down Texas. Off the Berkey, boy, I'm dangerous. I'm in a double R, shit look like a spaceship. Everything is up there. So the folks of my man.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Redacted Show. I'm your host, Feeq, with my boy.
It's your boy, Dane.
Yes, sir. And here on the Redacted Show, we talk anime, manga, however you want to put it, however you want to say it. Marvel movies, DC movies, life tips here and there. They're pretty good now, so. But still taken with a grain of salt because we're not professionals. And today's episode, we'll be talking about
Thor, Love and Thunder coming out this July. And we'll also be talking about some news that we heard. It pertains to the Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever movie, and kind of some theories that we may have, well, at least I know I have, and Feeq may have some as well, for how these two movies tie together and how they propel the MCU storyline for the next, big bad fight. You know what I'm saying? So this is get straight to it. So recently, I think at the start of this week, like this last Monday or last week.
It was the new trailer. It was 3 days ago.
Official trailer came out, and we just going straight into it. I enjoyed it. I liked how it started off with Korg narrating. I don't think they'll have that in the movie. I think they made that for the trailer, in my opinion. If they had that in the movie, I think that'd be hilarious. Like to start it off like on some like so you're probably wondering how we got here. But let me sit y'all down and let me tell y'all a little folk tale.
If they do that for like the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes of the movie, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. But I think they made that for the trailer. But so they do that, and like from that to like the different Thor scenes, you also see Guardians of the Galaxy in the trailer. I think there'll probably be like the scenes where he's like on that planet with like the blue looking people. I think that'll probably like the first 20 minutes of the movie. He'll probably be with the Guardians.
Oh, and then he just like dropped off somewhere.
Yeah, and then after he's done with his Bowflex journey,
his transformation,
to summer gains. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll probably be like, "Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Like, I'm done with this superhero bullshit." You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's crazy. I definitely forgot the Guardians are in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, even now that you said, I'm like, damn, they were in the first part of the trailers.
Because they'll probably, they're leaving to go find Gamora. Because you remember after Endgame, Gamora kind of just left, and then Peter was like, I got to find my bitch. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I got to find my woman.
Find my woman. Let's listen to y'all, man. Even if y'all break up, that's still yours. You know what I'm saying?
I always know
it's still yours. Go find her. She may not want you there, but she wants you. Take that with a grain of salt.
I have no comment.
Nah, but so yeah, we see the Guardians for a little bit. Like you said, I think they'll probably be relevant for the movie for like the first 20 minutes. They don't really need to be any more relevant than that. I mean, yeah, maybe if they want to like add Peter in there because he's technically like half celestial. Being. But I don't know if they're gonna make Gore like kill all like just straight gods, which obviously he will do.
Yeah,
or like everything from like gods to celestial beings to like other stuff. Because technically, Peter Quill is a little G god. Like he's half celestial.
He's a demigod.
Yeah, so
pretty much
on this Perseus type shit. And nah, but that nigga is definitely not Perseus.
It can't have blood. Let's talk about it.
Nah, I don't think they'll do that though. But that'd be interesting. So from that to the Jane Foster Thor, I guess in the comics she goes by Mighty Thor, just like to distinguish like the different Thors, because in the comics, like in terms of like the comic book run that they're going off of for this movie, which is the Thor God of Thunder storyline, I believe. They address her as Mighty Thor, but they typically address like Thor as like Odin's son.
Yeah, they do call him Odin's son.
Just to, for distinguishing purposes. But I like how she looks. In terms of like the hammer, I don't know how they explain it, because in that scene, it looks like she's been Thor for a minute. Like,
yeah, it looks like
she had Mjolnir for a minute, and
she's like comfortable with she knows all the power, she knows everything. It's not like she's fumbling around like, I just got
she
the power.
been doing this.
Yeah, she like, nigga, I'm vetted.
Yeah, but I say I'm legit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I think they might touch on that, like when I see like later on in the trailer how Thor sees Jane and is like, Jane. Also, by the way, I don't know if this is just me, but I did not like how that mask looked on Thor. Like,
which one?
So you remember in the scene when like he's about to reach out to Mjolnir, but it's swiped back, and then it cuts to the scene where he realizes Jane. And he has his mask on. I don't know. That shit looked too fake. I mean, obviously the mask and helmets, for y'all who don't know, is CG. It's not real. But I don't know. That would look kind of.
Oh, they're making them. They're making them CG.
Yeah, they are.
That's
CG.
what they said.
Them just ain't real.
Damn. What's up with the costume budget, man?
I don't know. I mean, that shit is expensive.
They need to enlist some of these cosplayers that's online. They be doing the damn thing. I be seeing some of those builds.
I don't know what. Talk to Taika Waititi. Talk to Kevin Feige. I don't know what them niggas doing.
I'll hit him up. I got his number.
You get him on the show. I know you hear it.
Nah, they definitely hear us. After that, multiverse of baddest food.
Yeah. But as I was saying, so I think in terms of like how the hammer was able to reconstruct itself, because even though the hammer was broken,
it was still holding together.
Yeah, by the enchantment. So it's like whoever still touches a piece of that hammer, if you worthy, you still gain the powers of Thor. So maybe Jane must have touched it.
Oh no, keep going. I just
was saying like,
my bad.
Jane must have touched it like through some maybe like earlier time skip that we don't know, and they may talk about it in the movie. But she touches it and is like, for some reason touches the hammer, and then
she's worthy.
Flash lightning, and boom, she's Mighty Thor. Now in that comic book run, I don't know if they're gonna do like the Jane Foster like cancer line. They may talk about it, which is why she probably needs to stay Thor, because it fights off the cancerous cells. But I don't know. That'd be interesting to see that. I don't think it'd be like a major like plot point in the movie, but I could definitely see it being a plot point nonetheless. You had.
Yeah, you probably was gonna talk about it maybe, but I was gonna say, remember in Thor Ragnarok when Hel broke the hammer?
Yeah,
but remember Thor got his Mjolnir back from the other Thor in a different universe, different timeline.
Yeah, it was like different timeline. Yeah,
so Jane somehow got the broken hammer's hilt. That's what I'm thinking. Because they didn't show, like, after Mjolnir broke, Hel broke it, they didn't really touch back on where it, like,
yeah,
because it dropped on that, remember it dropped on that hill, but then they dipped after that.
Yeah.
They didn't really say, like, what happened to the stone, whatever, metal, the pieces of Mjolnir.
Yeah.
On that part, so.
Uru.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
I forgot the name of the metal.
Uru.
Yeah, because even... You're probably gonna get to it, my bad. But
are you good?
In the part, I know I'm good, nigga. But in the part of the trailer when she did that flip and she hit those niggas,
I guess hit the warriors.
Yeah, the warrior niggas. Like the hammer, the piece of the hammer that's broken flew out.
I saw that too. I was like, that's an interesting tactic.
Yeah,
I guess you can. I mean, it's
control the pieces
at will. I mean, it's still Mjolnir, so I mean, hey, it must be some new shit. But it's like, I mean, Thor has his axe like Stormbreaker, and so I mean, he's still vibing with that. You know what I'm saying? I believe like at this point in the movie, this is at Thor's like peak power level. I think we'll see like a version of Rune King Thor, which in the comics is like,
ooh, you think they're gonna give him Rune King?
I think so. Not like exactly, because I mean, shit, he gonna have to be, because if they're gonna do the gore that we need to see, he's gonna have to be that powerful.
They need more than that, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're gonna need more than that, but they need that level of Thor. So I think they're gonna do a version of that on top of a version of maybe like the scene where there's like 3 different Thors fighting Gore and still getting their ass beat.
They still getting whooped.
I think it'll be like,
they would have
maybe they do like Jane fighting him on top of like Rune King Thor, and then maybe Valkyrie, or like if they want to do like the 3 separate Thors,
Beta Ray
they
Bill.
could do maybe Beta Ray Bill. He pop up in this bitch. If Beta Ray Bill pop up in this movie,
I'm screaming in the movie, bro.
I'm going ballistics.
I'm going ape shit, nigga.
I'm going ballistics, cause
that's a dog.
That's a nigga.
And we know he's technically in the MCU.
Right, he's in the MCU.
That statue from
we
Ragnarok.
saw a statue from Ragnarok
showing the past champions, so we know he was alive.
Right.
We don't know if he's dead or not, but we're just gonna say he's not dead.
Hey, we going by the no body, no case rule. Yeah. We ain't see a body, he ain't dead.
Exactly.
So, but I'm glad you brought that up, because he might pull up in this damn movie. We still haven't seen Beta Ray Bill yet, so he definitely is a possibility. But yeah, I think the trailer was good. Turns like, so we see Mount Olympus in there, and we see Zeus for the first time. There's a lot of people. Have you ever seen that tweet where it's like, DC gave us this Thor, this Zeus, and MCU gave us this? So I'm like, if y'all niggas don't shut y'all dumb ass up,
bro, it's not in my mind. I'm not
like, Zeus is a gigolo. Like, if we going by
Zeus is a rolling stone.
Greek mythology, exactly. Like, Zeus is Zeus is not
a good person.
Not a good person
at
like,
all.
He's a hoe. Like, I mean, what else am I supposed to say? Like, he's not really. I mean, he's all powerful and almighty, but it's like Zeus is not really meant to be taken too serious.
Yeah,
in terms of like his Aeneid.
Yeah, and most versions of Zeus in, like, I guess, entertainment fiction, well, it's all fucking fiction, but you know what I'm saying, in like entertainment type stuff.
Nigga, that shit real, bro.
Yeah,
that shit real.
Yeah, he in the sky right now. Like, look. That's why he got thunder last week. That ass. But most iterations that I've seen, at least from me, most of the time, the only time he's like fit is when he's like young and they're fighting Kronos or Titans. Right. Every other time he's either skinny and old or he's fat and old.
Yeah. And
usually the only people that still be fit is like Poseidon and like other gods.
Like, in this movie, we need him to kind of be this way because it just goes more into Gore's ideology of like, these niggas lazy as fuck. Like, they not worried about shit. So it's like, this is all the more reason to die. And speaking of which, the nigga's gonna die. FY, the nigga is gonna die.
Oh, Zeus?
So yes, he's gonna die.
I hope. We said on an earlier episode, I was like, yeah, this nigga gonna get slatted.
Yeah. I don't see why you add. Now, Russell Crowe, who is playing Zeus, he's a big time actor, but it's like, the movie is about Gore killing gods, and Zeus is one of them gods. So
yeah, and like,
sorry to tell you, but spoiler alert, I don't see, if for some reason he doesn't die, I don't know, then that just shows
I don't see them adding, like, if he doesn't die, I don't see a point to keep Zeus in the like progressively, unless it's like unless they do like some shit with like, these are the god meetings. What's that shit called?
Like the God Hand.
Yeah, they do some shit like that.
Yeah,
but
they might introduce that, like with the heads of all the god pantheons. So like, you may have Zeus, you may have Odin, like in like a council. You may have Amun Ra, which is the head of the Aeneid, and like just other guys like that. So you may have goddamn goddamn Jesus Christ. We have Jesus Christ in this movie,
bro. That'd be wild.
That'd be crazy. Is Jesus Christ in Marvel?
I mean, they got Christians and more. They got.
But I'm saying, like,
they
is
got,
there
like,
an actual
every-
like Jesus character in Marvel?
I don't got my phone on me.
That would be crazy.
Shit, probably. It probably is. You know how many comic books they got. It's probably
Right, there's
in
probably
one iteration. It's probably a Deadpool comic too.
Yeah.
That's the only person I can see them throwing them in there.
Him, like, just all these different pantheon of guys. So I can see him talking about that. We do see there is some like footage where we see Bass, the Panther goddess.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of see that she's gonna be in the movie, and I can kind of like have some other theories about how that can kind of tie into
Black Panther.
Black Panther too. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, it's like Gore's gonna be out here slatting most, if not all, of these guys. So they're in here to like look good and, you know, die.
What do you think about Gore's design?
I think he look good. I don't know why niggas are tripping that he looks more humanoid. I mean, Christian Bale is a great actor, from like his American Psycho movies to obviously the Batman trilogy, like Dark Knight trilogies, to all his other stuff. So it's like, you pay this money to get Christian Bale, so it's like you want to make sure that nothing is impairing his acting. So, and they probably felt that him not having a nose and looking like a nigga from Star Wars probably would impair that.
Goddamn Voldemort.
So I'm not mad at it. I think his design looks nice, and I saw this somewhere. There's some scenes where he looks different than. Like he doesn't look the same throughout the trailer. So maybe as like before Necro Sword Gore, he looks a little bit more humanoid. But as he gets a sword and as
starts
he grows,
killing and stuff,
it looks like he's changing and like getting more darker and maybe mutating. So shit, I mean, we might get it. He might morph into that kind of figure, maybe more comic book accurate. I don't know. I wouldn't be mad at it. If your only gripe about the movie is this nigga's not comic book accurate, shut up. Like you don't know what you're talking about. But I don't have a problem with it. I think he still looks dope. He still looks badass. I don't care as long as they don't water him down. That's when I have a problem with it. Like as long as they like don't nerf him, that's the main thing I'm concerned about. And I hope they don't kill him off, because Marvel has a big problem with killing off like big villains.
They do.
So as long as they don't kill him off or like nerf him, or even if they do, just if you do, don't nerf him. Like make this nigga, like make it known like this nigga is.
I think they'll do the opposite. I think they'll nerf him but not kill him off.
I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that, but it's like,
because I don't see how. For his character, at least, I don't see why you would introduce him one time only.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you just introduce him one time? Like, you can use him for different things. Like, and it's like, obviously, Thor by himself is not going to beat him. There's no way. Maybe, like I said, Rune King Thor, if they do a version of that. But even then, it took past Thor, current Thor, and Thor Allfather.
Yeah, I was about to say Thor Allfather. Took
three niggas toe to toe with him, and they still lost.
Jump him.
It took current Thor to have 2 Mjolnirs and the Necro Sword to put him down. They didn't even kill him. It took him all that to put him down.
Bro, the quote from that comic when that nigga said, "You're right. It is to kill God." I said that nigga Gore's face was fuck.
Yeah.
But
my big thing is, as long as they don't nerf him and as long as they don't kill him, I don't care how that nigga look.
I just hope that they say that the sword is from fucking Null.
Yeah, so that's the thing. There's a lot of things you can do with that.
The reason I hope they do it because that would just make everything. That would make that movie so much more better for me. Mm-hmm. Just you don't got to go in detail. You could just say the sword is from Null. I'll be like, you won.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll name drop Null, but I do think you can have somewhere where it's like they have the freedom to kind of tie him in that, because like obviously Sony and Marvel working on this big like project later on down the line, and it would only make sense if it was like a no like symbiote type movie. So Marvel has the freedom to kind of connect that. From the trailer, it looks like a regular sword.
Yeah, it looks like just a black blade.
Right. But, Marvel has the freedom to do whatever. That'd be dope if it was like a no connection. Like I can see them doing like maybe like a second, like I don't know, like maybe tying no into the sword in terms of like a second post credit scene, but it might be something similar to like the end of Endgame or something. I don't know. I don't see them doing like a blatant like, yeah this soul came from no. Like I don't see them doing that.
Because I'm trying to remember in the comic when he found the sword. Where did he? I forgot where he.
Well, because he found it because it was like two guys fighting.
Yeah, they were
and
fighting.
And they crashed down on this planet, and then
one didn't the one that was dying give it to him? Is that how it went?
No, the one that was dying was like, I need you to like the good one, like the one of the guys was getting slatted by no, and the other guy was like, I need you to help me, and guy was like, no, Gore was like, fuck you, basically.
Yeah.
Killed him, and then later on, because at the time of that comic, we didn't realize that was no fighting. We were just like, it's two guys fighting. He gets a sword, kills one of the guys, and then just goes on a rampage. But later on, that's when we learn like the soul was the all black necro sword, and and that's when we learned this from No.
Okay. Symbiote. True. The symbiote god.
Yeah. So I mean, Marvel has the freedom to tie it in.
Yeah, they could do that. They could do how that beginning is. They may not. They could do it where like they say like two gods are fighting, but they don't show them at all. Then he find a sword. They could do it like that.
Yeah, or they could just talk about it because, like, I can see them because to just kind of talk about it but not talk about it.
Yeah.
At the same time, like they talk about it but they don't show the actual fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to show the fight.
Yeah, because it's like you don't want to show a little too much because then you gonna have niggas in the theater kind of tweaking out, thinking like, "Oh my God, is that no for real? For real?" I mean, it might be, but
we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know until we know. But Marvel has the freedom to do that. There's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. One of them being there's like a scene in the trailer where Jane is like using a hammer and she's in like some hall with like it's like statues of the living tribunal. One of them looked like Mistress Death, and like the other one looked like Eternity and someone else.
Did I skip that? Isn't the one that dropped this week?
Yeah, like the official one.
Fuck.
It looked like this place, basically like this god library temple, where basically you can learn about all the different pantheon of gods, like all the gods in one spot. So the MCU might be doing like a play on that.
Oh.
And
then they start mentioning more like big higher beings to get people thinking.
But yeah, I liked how all in all the trailer was good. I liked how the trailer still doesn't tell you what the movie is about. It just kind of shows you these characters, and you're just like it's up to your interpretation, like what the plot of the movie is. They didn't really reveal like a MacGuffin of the movie, like a plot point of the movie. I mean, obviously we're gonna see like Thor and Gore fighting, but I don't know what this movie about or like what the point of this movie is, but I kind of like that. But
because I was gonna say this is one thing I had seen. Some people were talking about. They were saying also the Necro sword, because you saw in the trailer, Gore throws the sword into the ground, but then electricity. The next scene is electricity, but it's a far out scene, like it's a wide view scene. So people were like, "Oh, the Necro sword is electricity now." I don't think that was. I think that was just Gore doing the sword, and then the next scene was Thor actually hitting the moon or whatever thing they were on. I think that's the sequence how they did it.
That's interesting. I thought it was just like, like just the aftermath of him destroying that planet, just showing how powerful that sword is. I didn't take it as like, oh, the sword, it has electrical like thunder powers. Like, I didn't take it like that.
Yeah, when people said, I was like, I said, no, pretty. I was like, in my mind, even if he did do that, I was thinking the same thing. It's like the shit was just blowing up.
Yeah.
But my other mind was just like, this shit, that's probably Thor hitting that bitch.
Yeah, it might be. And then him like accidentally destroying that planet while they're fighting. Because there's a scene where it's Valkyrie fighting Gore, and it looks like with one of Zeus's thunderbolts. So this may be
she got
after
Zeus's thunderbolt.
Like that scene where they come from Olympus and Gore probably went there while they were there and slatted him and died. And
busting that bitch.
Killed that nigga. And then Valkyrie was like, nobody uses knees anytime soon, and took the thunderbolt. Now, one thing I would be interested to see is, so we have Zeus. I'd be interested if they bring up like Hercules.
Oh, true.
Because for those who don't know, Hercules in the terms like the MCU, not MCU, but like the Marvel comics, he's like on par with Thor in terms of like strength and things like that, and the Hulk, and he's like one of Thor's best friends in the comics. Like he ride with that nigga. So
he said twin them.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see if Marvel kind of introduces that. Like if they kill Thor, not Thor. Shit, Thor might die. Thor might die, and then you got Hercules in there as that god being.
He's not gonna die yet. If they would have killed him, they would have did it.
Or you might have Jane take over the mantle of Thor.
They could, honestly. But I don't think that.
This is me. This is us speculating. I don't think nothing is confirmed.
Yeah, I don't. They're not gonna lose that Chris Hemsworth bag yet. They're not gonna let him go yet.
Yeah, I would hope not, but because he still got another Avengers movie. But yeah, shit, he might die. There's no way he's coming out of this like the same though.
Nah,
because you see, like at the beginning of the trailer, he's like, "Yeah, I'm done fighting," and then he's kind of like reluctantly going back because he's seen as
he gonna
trailer's
lose.
Going, he's seen like all
he gonna
these.
Lose an eye again. He gonna have to wear eye patch this time.
Again, he gonna be permanently blind.
He gonna wear that Odin patch.
Yeah. That shit. Hella smoking on that Odin pack. For real. Nah, but all in all, I think the trailer good. It's a lot of good stuff. I'm excited for the movie. And shit, it's gonna be a bang. It might be better than Thor Ragnarok. Shit, it might be the best MCU movie to date.
It might be
better than Spider-Man.
No, it's gonna be that.
Yeah, that was a good ass movie.
The best MCU movie to date about to be that Ant-Man. Watch, just watch.
The thing is, I really mess with Ant-Man, but I'm not a lunatic. Like I know. Like I mess with Ant-Man. I don't see how you have Ant-Man go against Kang the Conqueror by his damn self. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp. But that's a different discussion for another day.
That's a time for a different day.
But so next we have some updates on the Black Panther movie. Just before we get into that, how do you feel about like how this Black Panther 2 movie has been like handled? Like since they came out saying they were gonna do it, since Chadwick's passing, and just kind of like the reshoots they've been doing. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. For me, I'm kind of nervous.
I'm nervous. I won't say I'm nervous. I'm more so going into the movie. I'm trying to go into it with not high expectations. Not because I don't think it's gonna be good, but just because I feel like this is gonna be one of the most important non-Avengers movie to them because of Chadwick's passing.
Right.
Because I feel like with that happening, it's gonna be more people that watch this movie than a lot of Marvel movies.
Yeah,
just because they want to see.
Yeah, they want to see like,
did you give a tribute to him correctly?
Right.
That's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be a lot of people. That's gonna be more people's mentality than the actual movie itself.
Mm-hmm. So
that's why I'm kind of like, I don't want to go into it being like, oh man, this is about to be a 10 out of 10. I want to go in and just be like, I want a good movie.
And I think I agree. Like a lot of people going into that movie need to tone their expectations. I do agree that this is probably one of Marvel's most important movies in the Phase 4, at least by minimum. This is their most important movie. More important than goddamn Fantastic Four. More important than Spider-Man No Way Home. More important than Ant-Man with Kang the Conqueror in there. Like, because obviously with Chadwick's passing, like it was like the world stopped when he passed away.
Yeah,
like no one suspected that.
No, I still remember where I was when I saw the news. I was like, this is a lie, bro. I was like, this is definitely a lie. And then I went to Twitter, went on news channels. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, and it was just like how Marvel kind of handled it. I didn't think they handled it bad. I just think they were, in my opinion, like just a little too trigger happy when it came to like, oh, we're not recasting T'Challa, which initially I was okay with, but it's now I'm thinking just like where's the direction of the movie going? Like, we understand we're getting Namor, but it's like, how are you gonna explain like Chadwick's passing, like Chadwick not being in the movie? Yeah. And I don't know a movie that's been successful off like supporting cast members. So I don't know who the movie's gonna necessarily revolve around. I don't know I don't know if Marvel like starts off the movie with maybe Namor like killing T'Challa, but then it's like you're killing T'Challa again with another person that's not to like Chadwick. So it's like you're almost kind of being not fair to Chadwick and his family by just killing them off again in a movie, and then that kind of being like the plot point of the movie, like him getting killed.
No, I think it'll be more so. I think it'll be more so. Obviously, they're gonna have to explain his death, but I think it'll be kind of just like everything will be CG for the first part. Anything that's dealing with Black Panther, like the suit and everything, will be CG, and then like voice rendering stuff just for the beginning, like suit on. I feel like it might be like it'll be a short battle in the beginning, and then it'll be like some explanation on XYZ. And then it'll go into the bulk of the movie. I think that's how they'll start off.
Yeah, maybe. And then because there's some reports, like some leaks. None of this is confirmed. These are like leaks. But there's been like some reports. So going into like the Namor news in terms of like the synopsis of the movie, I read somewhere where it was like Namor is going to Wakanda basically in need of help because there's like some outside force kind of like taking control of his world, and he's going to Wakanda for help. So that's how you get Namor in the movie. That's how you explore like Wakanda and I guess the new Atlantis, which is not really Atlantis, which we'll get into that because that's some other news about the Namor character. But that world, that may be how you get like Riri Williams, because they're saying like some people are taking like their technology in Namor's world. So you get that. This may lead into Doctor Doom. I don't know. This would be a great movie to kind of lead him in there, but I don't think they're gonna put that big of a character in a movie like this, because it was almost, me personally, I thought it would almost take away from it still being a Black Panther movie. Yeah, if you were not to nerf Doctor Doom.
Yeah, you can't. And for this movie, you can for this movie, you can't put a villain that big.
Yeah, it'd be dope, but I don't see him being like the background movie, like a villain that big in a movie like this, of this magnitude. Like everything. And it's almost unfair.
I feel like it would throw off like the feel. I'm thinking about how the movie will go, which is either way. Like even if you have somebody kill off T'Challa in the beginning, or even if you have where Namor comes up and it's like the rumor is he comes, then him and Black Panther, they may go do some scouting or something random. Then Black Panther dies, and then they have to go against some antagonist or villain that's in the movie. You still, in my mind, you still couldn't have somebody too big in the movie. They have to be a good villain, but they can't be like the overbearing, like, I'm on the screen, this is my movie now. Like the Thanos, the Doctor Doom, the Kang. You can't have anybody that big.
If it's not Doctor Doom, it could probably be, maybe, I'm just throwing out villains. Like maybe like the Serpent Society from like the Captain America comics. So it could be them niggas, because I think that might be the villain for like the next Captain America 4 movie. Because you remember at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, obviously the Power Broker, also that other girl Carter,
Yeah.
She's in the White House now, basically, and has like power in there and like access to like all the old like Stark tech and shit like that. So she may be giving some of that to other people, and one of those groups, might be Serpent Society. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas.
I forgot about that whole situation.
But that's another thing. It's like, it could be them. It could be them. We can't forget about them niggas. But like you said, I would love for it to be Doctor Doom, but I don't know if they're gonna put a villain that big in a movie like this.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for Doom.
Yeah. And then it's just like, because Doom is on the same level, if not bigger than Kang. So it's like, if you introduce Doom in a movie like Black Panther 2, well then now you're like, okay, we got Doom. We're setting up for Doom and Kang the Conqueror. Unless Marvel is just like, when it gets to that Secret Wars, what's bigger than one big bad? Two of them. It's like, we had these niggas team up, run Battle World, and see how that shit shake. You know what I'm saying? But back to the Namor news. So from these, again, still leaks, but Marvel apparently is changing the origin of Namor for the sake of the movie. So they plan on like going back to I have the report right here. Let me just read that shit.
And as he
pull out some shit from
and now he tries to read. We're about to take it down real slow with the slow jams.
All right.
From all the way from Texas.
Please don't. All right, so I have it up. This is from the SRP report. Pretty much saying, so damn, this shit in fucking
this nigga
Spanish.
Suck. This nigga trash. You better hit that Google Translate.
Damn, the shit was just in English. Hold on, let me look at that. Let me look this shit
All right,
up.
and as we do that, we're going back to the radio. Let's change the channel.
All right, so Wakanda Forever is one of the Marvel's, major releases in 2022, and Chipu can confirm that the presentation of Namor and Marvel's Prince of the Seas will appear, but in a different way. I'm kind of paraphrasing right now. The character will not originate in Atlantis, as in the comics, but in the Central American region, and will come from a historical city submerged in Mexican culture. So maybe like the Mayans or the Aztecs. So in addition, he will be the son of a human with a queen of the submerged people, which is actually somewhat comic book accurate. So in the earlier origins, he was born from a queen, like the earlier Namor origins. It was a story during like World War II. Some niggas were on a boat were on a ship, and then like the Atlanteans, I think the queen, her and like a team went up to the ship, or it was her, went up to the ship and kind of was talking to one of the people, and she fell in love with, I think, one of the crew members, if not the captain of that ship. Fell in love. She went back down to Atlantis. Think she ended up passing, but realized she had a kid. So that's how Namor came into be. So somewhat comic book accurate.
Okay.
So I'm a butcher this name, but Tanuk Hatura, whoever's supposed to be cast to play him will be playing Namor.
Tenoch Huerta. Tenoch Huerta.
We apologize for butchering.
Yeah, we do apologize. Please don't hurt us.
Yes. Will play the character, who will also be accompanied by a royal guard. The change must occur so that the public does not confuse Namor so much with Aquaman, and a character who has almost identical comic book origin. He is half human, half man, half Atlantean, and governs Atlantis. Having two characters with equal origins would complicate the understanding of the audience. I appreciate that, but I don't think that's the MCU's main concern. And I think it still works because me and Feeq were talking about this off the air, but if they wanted to, they could kind of tie this into the Eternals. And like you were saying, with that group, if y'all remember,
in the Eternals when the Aztecs, there were Aztecs or Mayans. I just know there were a group in past Mexico area, but they got attacked, and then what happened? They started getting attacked, but then the group started breaking off. So some got killed by Conquista. Was it? No, it wasn't Conquista.
Yeah, it was
Conquistadors. Okay,
they were taking it over.
Yeah, the Spanish. Yeah, the Spanish. Yeah,
and then that was when old dude who could like control people's mind was like, "Why can't we interfere? Like, we can stop this."
What's his name? Druid.
Yeah, Druid.
Yeah, Druid. Yeah, Druid took one group off, and then that's the group that was in. And later on in the movie, you see them in like the Amazon. But then the theory is right now is that pretty much they could have attacked other different like nations and other like settlings for these ancient Mayans or Aztecs, depending on what they definitely say they are people. But it could be another group just like the one Druid had that broke off, and then they somehow end up getting submerged. They may have had technology that was upgraded, but they may have ended up submerged, and then that became the Atlantis.
Yeah,
that's in the movie. Since he is of Mexican origin or ancient Mexican origin, Aztec, Mayan, Central America. Yeah.
We try to be as politically correct as possible on this show, you know what I'm saying? But
we still gonna repeat it.
Nah, but yeah, so that's a theory. I think that's very plausible. The MCU could definitely tie that in there if they wanted to. But there's that. I don't have a problem with it. Initially, I did, because I'm like, come on now. Like, you think the audience is going to be that stupid to confuse Namor with Aquaman, even though Namor came out before Aquaman in the comics? People don't know that. But I'm thinking, it's different. It adds another layer of Namor, makes him different than Aquaman, because like the article said, they are very similar at surface, like on paper.
Yeah, on paper that is.
The only difference is one got black hair and the other got blonde hair.
Yeah,
that's it. In different costume, but
they could even do, if they do that route, they could do something where it's like Druid takes one group, but then he takes another group, and then he somehow gives them Eternals technology, and that's how they have advanced technology already.
Yeah, and I mean, if they wanted to go, because Namor is the first mutant,
true,
that was revealed in the Marvel comics. So they could just say like they were just an advanced group of beings that was able to breathe underwater, that kind of sectioned off from the group that went with Druid into that area, and that's how we get mutants in MCU. I mean, technically, technically the first mutant that appeared in the MCU was that bear nigga.
Yeah, the nigga named Bear or whatever
from Black Widow.
Black Widow. The nigga, if you don't know, the nigga that her dad, what was his name? Whatever his name is, Mother Russia. Whatever, when he broke that dude's arm in the jail, in the comics, he's actually a mutant. He's a bear or something. He turns into a bear. Yeah. Goddamn.
I mean, Dane will be like the first big one to be canon to the MCU, so that'll be huge. And they can kind of use his origin to kind of tie in mutants, like they did with well, I don't know, I take that back. So some other promotional material, they kind of reveal like a blurry ass picture of what he might look like.
More blurry than Minecraft.
From the picture, it looks like they're kind of staying true to his original comic book costume. Like, he has the Speedos for the most part. He has some like bracelets and a necklace. And from the picture like on his leg, it looks like they are using like the wings on his feet. Because for those who don't know, he can fly in the comics as well. So
I got the Hermes feet on.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting for them to kind of tie that in there as well. And yeah, so for this one, so in this tribe, because there's like some promotional material that came out, that was leaked, and there was like a hat that had like the picture of like almost like a Mayan / Aztecian looking jaguar figure. So rumors are coming out saying like in like for this sake we'll call it the Atlantean tribe, even though they're not in Atlantis, but the Atlantean tribe that Namor is from, they praise like this jaguar god. Mm-hmm. So then that's how they may tie that into the movie, which also may be tied into Thor, Love and Thunder, because Thor is going to be coming around killing gods. Yeah. So we see like a version of maybe like the God Hand meeting where these different pantheons of these gods come in. We're going to see Bass. We may see the Jaguar god. We may see the ape god that Man Ape and his tribe be praising. Because there are rumors saying that Man Ape may be the next Black Panther. We don't know. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that personally, but
hey. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying like if you don't like fully, well, you not fully recast, like if you recast, when you recast, that it should be M'Baku.
Well, I wouldn't really be recasting. I would just be kind of him passing the battle. Like when recasting, I'm saying like. Oh, it's a whole new character, but it's still T'Challa. Like whole new actor, but still T'Challa. Like they could definitely pass down the mantle to like Shuri or Man Ape, or if they want to bring back. I mean, I was hearing rumors there saying like they may bring back Killmonger and make him Black Panther from like alternate universe. That's a bit of a stretch, in my opinion.
Please don't. Please, for the love of God, don't. For my sanity,
because Michael B. Jordan is already dead. They already killed him off, which goes back to my problem. Marvel be killing off the villains.
They could,
but they don't need to.
They could make M'Baku king, because I know they do that. I know in a few comics he's king, but he's still not Black Panther.
Yeah, and then they have like Shuri, Black Panther. I also saw somewhere. This is kind of off topic from what I was saying earlier, but it all ties together. But I was hearing like if they still wanted to recast, they could have M'Baku as like the interim Black Panther, and then at the very end of the movie, they have like the newly recasted T'Challa, pop up. Like he's still T'Challa, but it's a new actor, and like maybe throughout the movie he's missing, and then he comes back from wherever, and then that's how we have like the Black Panther going forward.
Yeah, they could. It's a whole bunch of variables for this movie.
Yeah, a whole bunch of things. Nervous. But so in terms of like Bass being in Thor Love and Thunder, and I think we're going to see her in Black Panther.
Yeah, she definitely will.
Well, I don't think Gore is going to necessarily kill her, but I think he's going to maybe like trap her or somehow siphon her power off from like the Panther tribe. So that way, like for a period of time, there's like no real Black Panther. So they have to, in Black Panther 2, they got to go to either M'Baku's tribe, or I guess in this case, Namor tribe. And then obviously Namor being, I guess you want to use Moon Knight terms, the avatar for
the Jaguar
god. Because technically,
it's a Jaguar.
Technically, Black Panther is the avatar for the god, for Bass, the Panther god, who was a part of the Egyptian Ennead until she kind of broke off and went rogue, kind of like how Khonshu broke off and went rogue and did his own thing. When I broke off, they banished the nigga. He's doing his own thing.
That nigga out the house.
Yeah. He didn't leave. He got booted. He got booted from the chat. Nah, but so yeah, they could definitely tie Khonshu into this. Like, I can definitely see them bringing in the Ennead in in Thor. Damn, that's gonna be a mouthful. Pause. Like Thor, Love and Thunder. But shoot, the possibilities are endless. So I'm thinking like in Black Panther 2, one of the plot points is Bass, the Panther god, is trapped. There's no way they're killing her, because she is she's over like the astral plane, which is where Black Panther can communicate with all the different previous Black Panthers, and is the one that gives Black Panther his powers. Now in the original, like in the first Black Panther, if you remember, Killmonger like burned all like the
flowers.
Mm-hmm. So on paper, it doesn't look like there's gonna be no more Black Panther. But I mean, you still have Bass, who can kind of figure out some.
Man, she could just wave her hand probably and make some flowers.
Right.
Hopefully.
And figure out some things to like still give Black Panther his powers. But I mean, depending on what she is or how big of a role she is in Thor: Love and Thunder, if they maybe, I don't think they're gonna kill her. Like trap her, like figure out a way to siphon out her powers from the Panther tribes. Like for a period of time, there is no Black Panther, so maybe that's kind of a reason for them to explain there not being T'Challa in the movie, because he's off exploring. Maybe when he does that, Black Panther is kind of in like a version of the Odin sleep, like he's in a coma basically in the astral plane, trying to figure out how to reconnect with his physical body and get back
his power.
Bass, like the Panther guy from Bass. You know what I'm saying?
You think they'll go that deep?
I mean, I'm trying to think of ways for them not to just straight up kill T'Challa in the movie.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like, you have the nigga in a coma. At the end of the movie, you reveal he's awake. He wakes up, and that's due to the events of what happened in Thor. Because, you know, there's going to be different gods in Thor: Love and Thunder and Black Panther 2. And it all ties together. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So
it'd be interesting.
Interesting. That's my theory. What do you think?
I don't even fucking know. Right now, for like Black Panther.
Yeah, just like how you feel, like they'll explain,
like they'll tie in everything.
Yeah, how they'll tie in Thor and how they'll tie.
So
in Black
it's two
Panther.
routes. If they do they kill off Black Panther in the beginning, I don't. That's what I've been thinking they'll do, but I don't think they'll make Namor enemy like that.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna do a different route and not have him like kill off Black Panther. If they do the other way, where say Namor needs help or somebody else needs help, and then they eventually run into Namor, I feel like it'll be more so a thing where he's kind of just out the movie most of it, kind of like how you doing it. I don't. In my mind, I don't know. I don't think Marvel would do the gore part, but I can see them doing where he's missing and searching for something, or he's like in a coma.
Yeah,
and then in the end, they either have him pass away or they do something else, but I don't know what else would be.
Yeah, and that right, Jax.
Oh man. But yeah, right now I have no. I'd have to see. I wouldn't even have to see the first trailer. I'd have to see at least more, just footage, just clips, or like pictures from their sets.
I mean, I'm very nervous. I'd be lying if I say I wasn't nervous about this Black Panther movie, but I do have enough faith in the MCU and Marvel that they'll make a good movie. It's just like Black Panther 1 was like such a big, not even just a movie, it was like an event. And I don't know if they'll be able to match that, especially with Chadwick passing, because he was supposed to be like a very important, like they're about to make him the face of the MCU.
Yeah, it would have been if it would have been him, Tom, and probably Chris Hemsworth or
either
whoever,
him or Doctor Strange.
Yeah, them 3 or 4.
But they had a lot of plans for him, and it's just like that happened, and like the world stopped. So it's still sad. It doesn't even feel real now, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm excited for both of these projects. I'm really excited for Thor.
Yes, sir.
Definitely got to see that, John. Opening weekend at least.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. One of these, I don't be tweeting spoilers, but one of these days I'm gonna say fuck it, and like as soon as I watch that home, I'm gonna say something, be like, look, y'all had 24 hours. We all have the same 24 hours, right?
This is why spoilers be getting so bad. People just see it one day and feel like they just gotta say something.
Nah, bro. The craziest thing is people that I've seen people live tweet their reactions and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's why I mute. Like for these movies, I've been muting every word, phrase, catchphrase, sayings I can think of. I've been muting the words for it.
yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much our thoughts on Thor and Black Panther. Let us know what you guys think. If y'all agree, disagree. You know what I'm saying? Put us in the. Let us know on Twitter, Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Our DMs are open.
Our DMs are open.
DMs are open.
Our DMs are open. You have a so next part of the show, we're gonna get into get in my bag, get in our bag, getting your bag section. So I believe you had a question this day.
I did, but I forgot. Wait, it was like who? It was a versus. Oh, it was like who was a better, I guess, character? Like who would you go? It was like Namor or Aquaman.
Oh yeah. Who would win in a fight?
Yeah, Death Battle kind of already did a thing of this. I mean, me personally,
who they chose? Aquaman.
Yeah.
I would go with Aquaman too. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it'd be very close, but I just think like with Namor being not just a regular human, he's a mutant. Durability, the nigga can fly, so there's just a little more extra shit he can do than Aquaman.
I mean, we got flying fish,
but Namor himself can fly, so it's like just those little extra things. I'm taking Namor with a slight edge.
Can Aqua? No, he can't. Wait, yes, he can. Aquaman can control water, right?
Yeah.
Can
Namor?
I couldn't remember if Namor. I honestly, bro, I know Namor's powers to the base of base. Not, I won't lie. I tell the truth on the show.
Yeah,
I don't know that dude.
And I think like
research.
Marvel knows that. Like Marvel knows, even though Namor was published first, and he's like one of the very first superheroes. He hasn't. Like Feeq was about to say, he doesn't have a lot of media portrayals outside of like TV shows and not even TV shows, like cartoon shows, like Marvel Ultimate Avengers, the Fantastic Four show.
Yeah, like the push for Namor wasn't, and I can understand why it wouldn't be big just because of that Aquaman sense. Because DC, they said, nigga, Aquaman, we putting this nigga on everything. So everybody know that the blonde hair, the orange and green suit.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, if it wasn't for Aquaman, we wouldn't have Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, nigga.
Literally.
Nigga, forget about that. But yeah, they definitely, I feel like DC did maybe like a better job of like marketing in terms of like other media outlets of like Aquaman. I mean, they put this nigga on the damn Justice League.
Yeah.
It was like Namor, I mean, he's on the Illuminati. And he's teamed up with like other big characters. Like at one point he was on the Fantastic Four, which by the way, they could bring him back for the Fantastic Four movie because him and Sue Storm have like a very like serious love connection. I don't know about that, but Namor definitely be trying to hit on that nigga Reed Richards' wife. So
that nigga be dirty macking.
And Sue Storm sometimes be letting the shit go. Sometimes.
She for the pond.
But she for the ocean. She for the lake.
She like Big Mom.
Stop it.
That's a One Piece reference.
Stop it. Nah, but that'd be funny. But yeah, I think just like with DC, what they were doing, like they put this, like you don't get no bigger than the Justice League. The Justice League.
The Justice League, nigga.
Like, yes, the Avengers are big now because of the MCU and how they've marketed them through their movies. But prior to the MCU doing shit, nigga, you taking the Justice League every day and twice on Sunday over the Avengers. I'm sorry. But, yeah, it's like, you're on the Justice League. Nigga, that's the biggest superhero team ever. And that nigga's on it.
Yeah.
So I think they have bigger plans for Namor. I don't know. They might shoot, depending on how well received he is in the movie, they might do like a Namor Disney Plus like limited series.
I would fuck with that.
I would watch it. But yeah, they might add him on the Avengers. They might do a version of the Illuminati, you know, depending on how they get closer to introducing like X-Men and the mutants and Charles Xavier and all them. But yeah. And actually, Namor was supposed to be in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
I
he
think
definitely was.
The director or somebody asked if he could be in the movie, but they were like, no, because
we have bigger plans for him.
We're using him in Black Panther too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, so that's why it was an extra seat.
well, the extra seat was for Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man. I'm tripping.
But they asked if they could use Namor, and they were like, nah, because using them in Black Panther too.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the only good my bad question I had. Do you have another one?
Nah, not for this. I got one for the next episode.
Okay, all right. Well, that's been it for today. I appreciate y'all listening to us, rocking with us. Make sure y'all listen to us and share us on all platforms. On our social media, make sure y'all tag us, follow us on all platforms. Our tag is at The Redacted Show. So make sure you guys share us and, you know, show some love, man.
Show some love,
man. Listen, it don't cost nothing, nigga.
Show a nigga some love, man. Show a nigga some love, man.
Show a nigga some love, nigga. Wabbity dabbity.
Hey man, with that being said, I'm your host of Feeq.
It's your boy Dane,
and we out. Peace.
Rest peace, Kobe, I'ma show him how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm stepping with a fed, keep it all of the hoes on mute. Pour a little perk, could be yellow with a brew. 48 vert, quick burns. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice to the drop like Shane came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mate. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic hoe making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hoe my payroll. I get active at night then I lay low. The semen was breaded with panko. Struck in my soup, I believe it was made